'cause you're dead wrong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you brighter. With that fever higher. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Before I get started, there are a few things that I would like to mention. First off, this channel is only going to focus on maths, more specifically South African maths, and all of the content that I will be teaching will be based off of the CAPS curriculum. The content that I will be teaching will be from grade 8 onwards. Secondly, in the name of my channel it says AIMS. This stands for Academic Math Zombies, which you saw in the beginning of the video. Lastly, for every video, I will be giving you a list of all the topics that I will be discussing in that video. And today's topics are factors, multiples, and prime numbers. Okay, so first of all, we're starting with factors. First question is, what is a factor? Well, a factor is a number that divides into another number but doesn't have a remainder. For instance, 13. If you divide 13 by the number of 2, you'll get 6.5, therefore having a remainder. But if you say 12 divided by 2, you will get 6 with no remainder. Okay, so now we're going to start with the example of 18. First off, we are going to draw a line down the middle dividing our factors from the number 18. When we are working out factors, we always start with the number 1, as 1 can go into any number. After the number of 1, we go on to the second number, which is 2, and ask ourselves if 2 goes into 18. 18 divided by 2 equals to 9. Therefore, it does go into 18. So we write the 2 on the left-hand side and the 9 on the right-hand side. Going on to the next number of 3, we ask the same question, does 3 go into 18? And yes, it does. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 3 goes on the left-hand side and 6 goes on the right-hand side once again. Now we ask another question, does 4 go into 18? No, it doesn't, so we don't write it down. Does 5 go into 18? No. Does 6 go into 18? Yes, but it is already on the factors list, therefore we are done with our factors. Now we have to find a way to write it down. So when we write down our factors, we always start off by writing down a big F. Then we open up a curly bracket and we start from the beginning on the left-hand side. And we write down 1, 2, and then 3, and then the next biggest number after 3 is 6, and then 9, and then 18. So we write them down all in order and then we close our curly brackets, and don't forget to say which factors you are doing it of. We are doing the factors of 18, therefore we are going to write a little 18 next to the F so that we know what factors we are doing. And that is how you do factors. Okay, so now we are going to go on to our next topic of prime numbers. A prime number is a number that only has 2 factors, namely 1 and itself. For instance, 11 only has 2 factors, namely 1 and 11. Or we could say, for instance, 13 only has 2 factors, 1 and 13, which is itself. Okay, so now we're going to go on to an example of prime numbers. For instance, we're going to use the number 2. The number 2 only has 2 factors, okay? If we had to work out the factors of 2, it would only be 1 and itself, because 1 times 2 equals to 2, and 2 over 1 equals to 2. So the only 2 factors are 1 and itself, which is 2. Another example would be 97, which is a bit of a bigger number. But the only factors that go into 97 is 1 and itself, 97. Because 97 divided by 2 will not work because it will have a remainder. And 97 divided by 3 will also not work because it will have a remainder. Therefore, the only factors of 97 are going to be 1 and 97, which is itself. So now we are reaching towards the end of the video and we are on to our last topic, which is multiples. Okay, so a multiple is when a natural number is multiplied by any natural number, and the answer is a multiple of the original number. Also, just to make sure that you know what's going on, a natural number is any number from 1 onwards. So this can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way upwards, but 0 is not a natural number. It always starts from 1. Okay, so an example of a natural number would be 6, okay? And how we would work this out is we would just name the multiples of 6. So the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, and it just continues. Our next example is 7. So we do the exact same thing. We name all of the multiples of 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, and it just keeps continuing. Our last example that I'm going to do with you is going to be a bigger number, which can be 100. Okay, and the multiples of 100 are 100, 200, 300, 400, and it just keeps continuing. So just keep in mind that with multiples, it can be any natural number besides 0, starting from 1 and onwards. So that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope this did help some of you out there, and I will see you all next time.
So